Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Columbus Crew versus Club América in the Leagues Cup Central 1 group stage. Columbus Crew contra Club América in la Leagues Cup Fase de Grupos, Jornada 3. The winner of this game will be top of the group. Whoever wins will be top of the group. Well, if América wins, hell, they could draw and be top of the group. Well, they just have to win the shootout. But again, whoever wins tonight, no matter what, is top of the group. Because even if Columbus Crew had a smaller goal differential but 6 points, América would be second. Point being is, this is for seeding practices. St. Louis is already out, of course. América Columbus is for seeding reasons. And then Chivas and Sporting, well, whoever wins that will go through as well. Kansas City has a point later tonight. They're sitting at a point. If they win, they go through. If Chivas wins, they go through to the round of 32. Of course, we have 4 matches tonight. I'm covering 2 of the 4. And Monday, we'll have the first, or tomorrow, we'll have the first CONCACAF Central American Cup game ever. We'll be live for Xelajú versus Real Estelí. I'll have the Leagues Cup recap, which I think I'm just going to do a knockout stage prediction. There's so many groups. I'm just going to do a knockout stage prediction. I don't think I have to bring up the fact my group stage predictions were pretty much crap. Pumas versus DC was fire. How we doing, Rebel? I'm glad to hear that. Good for Pumas. A good game. Sounds like you may be able to go to their round of 32 match as well. How we doing, Rourke? Imagine Brock, F5 and the referee that made the call at Citi Field against NYCFC. I'd rather him F5 Bill Manning, to be honest. Game's about to start here. Good header by Quiñones. Starting 11s are as follows. Let's not forget. Starting 11s are as follows for Club América, or Columbus Crew's the team playing at their stadium, not the home side. We'll start with Columbus Crew. In goal, Patrick Schulte. The back 3, Steven Moreira, Sean Zawadski, Malti Amundsen. The midfield 4, Mo Farsi, Darlington Nagbe, Aiden Morris, Yaw Yaboa. And the attacking 3, Alexandru Matan, Christian Ramirez, and Cucho Hernandez. For Club América in goal, Luis Malagon, Salvador Reyes, Israel Reyes, Nestor Araujo, Kevin Alvarez. Midfield 2, Alvaro Fidalgo, Richard Sanchez. The attacking midfield 3, Miguel Layun, Alejandro Zendejas, Leo Suarez, and Julian Quiñones is the striker. So your starting 11s. They're giving Zelarayan his goodbye because he's going to the Saudi Pro League. If anybody watches 4-4 tunes, I think I did a pretty good job of that. It's stuck in my head. Al Fateh, the Saudi Pro League, is where Zelarayan is going, so he will not be playing tonight. And Columbus might have shot themselves in the foot. I don't know why you would sell your best player to the Saudi Pro League when you're on an MLS Cup run. I did see the picture of, I did see the picture of the sombrero you posted. I think when that game was on, I was doing the Orlando review, so I kind of was in and out, so I didn't catch it on film, but if I watch the recap or replays, yeah. Try to check it. Player to watch for Club América is Quiñones. Columbus is Nagbe. Did they say that already? Or is, oh, yeah, they did show the players to watch, yeah. Quiñones, I agree. Nagbe, I mean, Cucho, maybe. I mean, right now, I like Mo Farsi. I think Mo Farsi deserves some respect. I mean, yeah, Nagbe, safe bet. Cucho Hernandez is probably safer bet. But I did see But tomorrow will be the first ever match day of the CONCACAF Central American Cup, and we will cover Xelajú versus Real Esteli. I will do the Leagues Cup knockout predictions because you know what? Like, I'll touch on the group stage as a whole. Like, I'll talk about the group stage part of the tournament as in what I thought about the group stage as a whole, but I'm not going after every group. Like, I'll tell you what I thought about the group stage, how much I enjoyed it, some of the bigger storylines, and how bad my freaking predictions were. Then we'll predict the knockouts. I think, and besides, doing all these groups, did the referee just give that mascot his cards or a pack of cards? Like, that's nice, actually. Fernando Guerrero, big up to you. I like it. That was nice. Pro refs wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't know either. I think so. How we doing, Captain Falcon? How we doing, Mile High? But you know what? I respect it. The referee giving that mascot, the kid, a card set. I guess it's not a pack because we're talking about yellow and red cards, but a set. That's nice. You would never see pro referees do that. Those self-important jackasses, you would never see them do that. Those self-important idiot jackasses, you would never see them do it. Big up Fernando Guerrero. I respect. Big respect. Big respect. I got to give my respect. I do. But yeah, when I do the Leagues Cup, I guess group stage recap, I won't go too far with it. It'll be more of a knockout stage prediction, which is probably what most people want anyway. And it depends if I record it tonight or in the morning. Because with that Xelajú game, it's sort of like, do I set it up as a premiere for like 15, 20 minutes after I'm done with the RSR? Barcelona or Madrid. It's a friendly. It's a friendly. Who cares? It's a friendly. When it really matters, Madrid's gonna own Barca. It's a friendly. You say, and then somebody's like, you say that, Ryan, but if Montreal played Toronto in the preseason and Toronto didn't kick their ass, you'd be losing your shit. I mean, that's true, but that's true. But yeah, okay, maybe I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. I'll admit that. Maybe I'm being a bit of a hypocrite there. Maybe. Columbus wearing their yellow, América wearing their blue, which those are pretty nice too, but I still like the yellow kit better. Club América in goal, Luis Malagon. The back four, Salvador Reyes, Israel Reyes, Nestor Araujo, Kevin Alvarez, Alvaro Fidalgo, Richard Sanchez, Miguel Ayun, Alejandro Zendejas, Leo Suarez, Julian Quiñones for América. Again, whoever wins this match will win the group. The loser just finishes second. So you can sort of take this a bit calmer, so to speak. You still want to win the group, but there you go. In goal, Patrick Schulte, the back three, Malti Amundsen, Sean Zawadski, Steven Moreira, Yaw Yaboa, Jonathan Nagby, Aiden Morse, Mo Farsi, Alexandru Matan, Christian Ramirez, and Cucho Hernandez for Columbus Crew. I got some of my groups right, but most of them, well, it's really that Toronto and St. Louis prediction. I did think Portland, well, Tigres finished first, so Portland finished second, but I did say Portland Tigres. Most of the groups, I've still got the teams that went through. It was really, Toronto and St. Louis that makes me look bad, Talk about last La Liga season. Doesn't matter. Madrid beat Barcelona the first time they played just for Real. Madrid still lost to Barcelona by 10 points. Well, Madrid's got new Galacticos, so they're going to win this season. So, but it is sort of disrespectful to Madrid that Xavi's mid-Barcelona side, like Xavi's Barcelona side did just enough to win the league, and they're still sort of mid. How the hell are you losing to a team that has financial problems? I don't understand. Like, to be honest, I don't really even hate Barcelona anymore. I just pity them. I just pity them. América is more of a Barcelona than Barcelona. América, the Barcelona of North of CONCACAF, is more of Barcelona than Barcelona in my book. I mean, you get what I'm saying, though, pretty much. América is Barcelona. They are very similar. They are very, very similar, I think. At least the type of club. I wouldn't say, of course, talent-wise, but the type of club. The fan base. The Mas Grande thing. And we're off. América wearing the blue. They're wearing yellow shorts, though. Oh, my God. I mean, okay, Columbus is wearing black shorts, but still. A yellow shirt to yellow shorts and blue to black. I mean, that's still a clash. You're not careful. Is the gold for América? No, that's Columbus. América's wearing blue. They're wearing their away kits, but they're still wearing yellow shorts, which make no sense to me. Because you're still having to look. I mean, when somebody's running, you're going to catch two people wearing yellow. One's wearing shorts, one's wearing a shirt. You're going to look at a freaking cloud of dust, and it's like, oh, it's all yellow. It's going to be hard to look. I mean, it's still a clash. Shot, save! Schulte with a save on Quiñones. I can't believe that happened. It was point blank, but still. Schulte, big save on Quiñones. Well, I mean, I'm not wrong. I thought shorts mattered. I thought the shorts color mattered when it came to the clash. So, I don't know. 118, the first of two matches we cover today. It's Monday Night Football, by the way. Almost forgot. Are you ready for some football? Shorts do matter. So what the hell's going on? They don't have blue shorts? Or royal blue shorts too close to black? What's the problem here? I don't think royal blue and black clash as much as a yellow short versus a yellow shirt. But that's just me. Like, that blue is not dark at all. It's a royal blue. It's in between this teal or powder blue and navy blue. It's like, if you mix those two together, and it's definitely lighter than this. I mean, technically, America's colors are yellow and blue, so one. See? Oh! Somebody say T. Oh! Third minute, 0-0, settle was settled. When the Timbers wear those dirty red shorts, I love it. They're dirty red shorts. Those dirty red shorts make it sound like a freaking a 90s plumbers don't wear ties type thing. The sequel to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Those dirty red shorts. Ah! 4th minute. We're going off the rails already tonight, my friends. Already. Get your mind out of the gutter. Where's that Howard Stern, like, news clip where they play, like, the trumpet sound? We already are. This is great. Well, I mean, this game's just both teams are going through. It's just for first place. You normally don't get Mondays from me, so let's make this awesome. Wait, no, we were off Monday last week, weren't we? Yeah. This is the second Monday of live streams. Yeah, because I remember the Monday Night Football earlier this year. Normally Monday is always off. No. We had July 2nd. No, that was a Sunday. Yeah, July 4th was a Tuesday. Even Gold Cup. How we doing, Winvo? Gold Cup could have been the only thing that also had a Monday, but everything runs together at this point. Excuse me. Will you buy the new CF America kit? Somebody said to me, if America wins the league this year, they'll send me one for free as fan mail. So they said it was a promise. So I'll come to collect whenever the Apertura Clausura happens. So I don't know if I'll have to buy it. If they don't, I will buy it though. Somebody who came through from the St. Louis night. Shot off the post by Cucho. Good shot, though. When does Miami versus Orlando happen? Tuesday, I think. Let me check. Tuesday. But I'm covering it. If it's on Tuesday, I'm covering it. Well, any of the days I'm going to cover Miami versus Orlando because it'd be stupid not to. Yeah, Wednesday, I mean. The first day of the group stage. Wednesday is Miami, Orlando. On Friday, I'm probably going to cover Portland, Monterey. But Cincinnati also plays, which means there's probably going to be an earlier game, so I'll probably cover that as well. Also on Wednesday, I'll probably cover LAFC Juarez as a late game. Thursday is going to be the day that's hard for me to pick. I mean, Leon Real, Salt Lake, Hudson River Derby. I mean, there's a couple there, but really Wednesday looks like the crappy day. Like the day where things aren't really, it says TBD on Google, but it still said Wednesday. So Wednesday for me looks like Miami, Orlando. And if I have time to do a RSR for it, I will in between both games. And then LAFC Juarez. Because it's in LA, I should have time in between. So, because it's 6 o'clock, that'll be 6 to 9 or 6 to 8. I'll have time to do the video. And then I'll be able to do RSRs for both. So there you go. Only right I do LAFC. América playing for it. América's a good club. They're really good right now. 6:45 local. That's probably 5:45 is probably like when the telecast starts, but I would guess 6 is the kickoff. Central. So 7 o'clock Eastern. My guess. But again, yeah. Tuesday, Orlando, Miami, and LAFC Juarez on Tuesday. Wednesday. Tuesday's CONCACAF Central American Cup. So we have some tomorrow. Wednesday's the first day of the round of 32. Thursday, I have no idea, to be honest. The Hudson River Derby sounds cool, but then, and I'm sure that Portland versus, Portland versus Monterey. It'll be at Providence Park, so that'll be later as well. I'm sure the Cincinnati game will be early enough to where I could probably do the same thing I did on Tuesday. Well, no, Cincinnati I probably don't have to do RSR for. That's the fun part. But a Messi game, I better. So, yeah, Cincinnati and then Portland, Monterey on Friday. Thursday, I'm not sure. I mean, it ain't pissing me off. When you have Messi, you gotta put him over, to be honest. I mean, at least give Busquets and Alba some love, but I mean, when you get Messi, of course you're going to, put him over to the point where it's like, oh yeah, he's that dude. He's like the new Beckham. There's a 7-year-old kid out there like, oh my God, MLS got Messi. This is the best thing ever. Like when I was 7, MLS got David Beckham. And I was like, holy shit. Well, in a more PG way because, it was more like holy cheese balls or something. I don't know. Because nobody would have thought. Like Messi is still, it's very crazy that he's here, but at least, Messi different than Beckham. Beckham was big, but Messi is even bigger. Like Beckham wasn't the GOAT. He was just a really good player. He went to Brentford, the B team of Brentford. 11th minute, 0-0, 0-0. América, the better team so far. Fort Lauderdale FC is now Inter Miami too. And he was there. I thought he was there part of last year when it was Miami too. I know you're a bit younger than me, I know. '11th minute. Saludos. Bienvenido. Goal kick for Columbus Crew. There's so many Club America fans there. They travel well, don't they? What's good? We're doing good. Having some fun here. Fort Lauderdale FC is a different team than Miami too. So it wasn't just a rebrand? Nah, I thought it was just a rebrand. Like, Wikipedia doesn't separate it. Wikipedia is never wrong. Wikipedia is never wrong. SofaScore must be wrong. And then some English teacher out there is just shaking their head in disgust that I said Wikipedia is never wrong. I'm just here to have fun. 12th minute. I gained a lot more América fan subscribers. I gotta be a bit nicer to them. I thought they were called the Strikers. That was the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. That was a whole different thing, or a whole different team. Crazy. Fort Lauderdale was USL when it left. Got made into Inter Miami 2. It was its own thing. Barcelona beat Real Madrid 3-0. It was a preseason match. Who cares? We already went through that. Columbus playing forward. Cross in. Oh, what a defensive play. And that might just spring América on the counter. Zendejas. Suarez. Layun. Zendejas. I could care less. It's preseason. They'll beat them when it matters. Madrid will beat Barcelona when it matters. See, I'm focusing on Leagues Cup, so Henry is not playing, no. No start for Henry. Layun's playing. Quinones is the 9, is the striker. Let's see, is Henry on the bench? Henry is on the bench. On the bench. No start. Henry no inicial. Sí, banco de suplentes. Do you think that Dembele did the Neymar strategy but taking money off of Barcelona? Well, when you get injured all the time, I would rather take the money too. Money doesn't fade. Your bones do. Well, at least as of now. But Dembele's young enough that if he wanted to, he probably could take age reversal stuff if it finally hits the market. But yeah, I know they built the Drive Pink on Lockhart. Yeah, I know. Everybody knows that. Timbers have never signed a player on my birthday. The only one that was closest was Steve Clark. Oh, yeah. And now he's at Houston. Playing forward. Columbus isn't doing half bad. How are they doing better than St. Louis? How are Columbus doing better than St. Louis? I feel cheated. Well, then again, it was really the second half where St. Louis let out all the blood. Fair enough. But I still feel a bit cheated. 16th minute. What do you think of Kane not signing for Bayern yet? Levy is a tough nut to crack when it comes to transfer deals. And Bayern's leaking everything. Bayern is leaking everything to the point where Levy has all the momentum, all the leverage. And if Levy has all the leverage, you ain't getting nothing. MLS is still better than Saudi Arabia. It still is. It was before all this signings, and it still is. Cristiano's a liar. Over the bar. Matan puts it over the bar. Alexandru Matan puts it over the bar. But MLS is better than the Saudi League. It is. Cristiano is, I don't know if he's lying because he's afraid they're going to punish him if he doesn't, or if he's just that delusional, but the MLS is better than Saudi Arabia. It is. It's better than the Saudi League. And you could say, but they don't have all the high-quality players. One, if they change the rules, if they change the roster rules, they may at least equal that. But I think overall the talent is very more equal. The dispersion of talent is very more equal in the MLS, like on the team or in the whole league. Like the diffusion of talent's more equal. When it comes to the Saudi League, it's the great high-paid players and then local Saudi players. Some really good local Saudi players like Salam Al-Dasadi. He's very good. But I guarantee you, if Al Hilal gets somebody that could start over him that has a bigger name, they might just snake his ass. So, again, Salam Al-Dasadi, again, a great player, but he is no big-name European at the end of his prime over-the-hill star. But there are some players in the middle, like a Salam Al-Dasadi, who are very good, but they're not Cristiano or N'Golo Kante, Karim Benzema, so on and so forth. And then there's the local players who aren't that good. So I think the talent is way more concentrated in the Saudi League. than the MLS. And I think that's a testament to the MLS. Not a disrespect, to be honest. Beckham, Zlatan, Carlos Valderrama, David Villa, Kaká, and Thierry Henry all played in MLS. They all did. And MLS was once very good. It was once very concentrated like Saudi was. But I think it's gotten more. There's some bigger names, but it's a lot more even. And no players are really bossing the league except Messi. But Zelarayan, he could be beaten. Pozuelo could be beaten. Loidero, Rui Diaz, Bernadeschi, and Insigne, they could all be beaten. Well, I mean, I may be biased there. I'd rather watch Justin Glad. I'm a Cristiano guy, but let's be honest. I'm not watching Cristiano Ronaldo every week in Saudi. Maybe every once in a while. But again, just like European football, that's about what I do there. They think that may be a handball corner. Zelarayan wants to go to Saudi. He is going to Saudi. So, well, each week, I mean, that's sort of facetious as well, considering I'm not watching RSL every week. Like, I'm watching 2 or 3 games every Saturday with the way season passes, but I'm not watching RSL every week. Why would I do that? That'd be a waste of my damn time. I already do it with Toronto, but I'm watching MLS every weekend. Cristiano, I'm only going to watch him every so often. Hell, I did the same thing when he was in Europe. I only watched him every so often because my sleep schedule is absolute crap. And besides, I love CONCACAF more anyway. Cross in. And even if I do watch him, you don't know 90% of the time. Unless I think it's a big match that I could probably get some out of it when it comes to Europe. And I'm up to do it. So, the most I've probably talked about Cristiano when he was actually playing was the World Cup. And he barely even played. So, there you are. Oh, well, yeah, he did also play that All-Stars. Yeah, just like that Saudi All-Stars game that I did earlier this year, yeah? I know, he played for Querétaro a few years ago. I remember on New Year's Eve going into 2022, like, I was laying in my bed after I drank like 3 or 4 glasses of Moscato, and I was like a bit tipsy, and I was watching Ronaldinho Querétaro highlights. Don't ask me why. It wasn't 21. I think it may have been going into 21, actually. Yeah, I was actually going into 2021. It was New Year's Eve 2020 going into 2021. My bad. But still, like, I drank like 4 glasses of Moscato, and I was a bit tipsy, and I was watching Ronaldinho highlights on from Querétaro on YouTube. This is what I do. Yeah, I saw that. I feel sorry for him. They were. I met my friend from LA today on the way to the Rapids Leagues Cup game. The rain stopped, so hoping no delays. Hopefully you have some fun watching them play against Toluca. I hope. Because Australia is 24 hours ahead. Or whatever it is. I had to wait till 5 a.m. to watch Canada's women's team lay an egg. And I only watched a half of that game. I was not watching another half of uninspired football for the 4th time in 12 hours. I wasn't doing it. Especially since, well, I wasn't reviewing the game, so I agree with that. How we doing? Yeah, he did. I know. He played in Liga MX. Jimmy Chara played for Monterrey. I remember that too. 23rd minute. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that again on New Year's Eve this year. I mean, I was always going to drink the Moscato, but you know what? I'll come back up and watch some random players' highlights from like a more unknown portion of his career. Maradona managed Sinaloa Dorados. I remember that. FIFA Plus was 2-minute highlights. I know. But, yeah, Jimmy Chara from Monterrey. That one's going on the list. And Pep playing in Mexico. Let's see. I guess Jermaine Defoe. I don't need to see the highlights. I remember when it happened. He did score a lot of goals, though. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll watch the Ronaldinho one again. I don't know. Maradona. Moscato and some random CONCACAF highlights you don't remember. Let's get that right. On New Year's, well, it would be New Year's Day then, but like the morning of. But yeah. College football, Mississippi State winning the Sugar Bowl. Then listen to some country music when they do the Nashville ball drop, Moscato, and then some Liga MX highlights or CONCACAF highlights. I don't remember. That sounds like a good New Year's Eve to me. And there would be an RSR for the state game when they play the Sugar Bowl, but still. América trying to get the ball away from Columbus. I mean, Colorado does sound like a nice state. They do look like they got a lot of good food places, too. You know, Pep played in Saudi before Ronaldo. He did. No, I didn't know that. I knew he played in Mexico. Donovan Leon was funny. He wasn't even that good. Brazil Leagues is crazy this year. Yeah, I've been watching some of the games on Golazo and then highlight packs on the weekend. So, I know. 25th minute, 0-0, settle. Argentina, too. They got some stuff on Golazo as well, network. So I could do some Argentinian and Brazilian games if I wanted to. Probably a good idea. 25th minute. I don't know. Zendejas cross blocked away. Botafogo is on first place too. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Corinthians has a player who's shit, missed 500 assists this season. Well, that honestly just sounds like normal operating procedure for them. Corinthians did beat Chelsea that one time, so I guess it's not, but still. 26-minute free kick for Columbus. 60% possession of 40. America's been the better team, but Columbus has held their own, I got to say. That shocked me. Yeah, Botafogo being in first place does shock me. But sometimes that happens. You have teams that shouldn't be first that are first. Colorado's a nice place. Remember a crazy thunderstorm that freaked me out when I was a kid. Well, that happens anywhere. Especially in Tornado Alley in the spring. That happens anywhere. But thunderstorms don't freak me out no more. Even though when I was learning about them when I was like 8 or 9, they sort of freaked me out. But I think it was the way that Dave Murray was tracking them that sort of threw me off. But it was so matter-of-fact and serious. Like, you could communicate how bad the storm can be and be a bit more humane about it, so to speak. Like Steve Templeton is, or James Spann. James Spann is serious, but he realizes that, of course, warn how bad the storm is, but don't make people think they're pretty much screwed. You know, thunderstorms can be brutal, and hurricanes too. How many Liga MX and MLS clubs are going to pass in the next round? Looks like 8 Liga and 11 MLS as example. There's 4 teams from Mexico that got eliminated. Let's look at all the groups. There will be 1 Mexico, 1 MLS from this group. 1 Mexico, 1 MLS. So West Group 1, 1-1, 1 Mexico, 1 MLS. 2-2 from West Group 2, so 1 each or 2 each. 3 each. 4 each. 6-4. 6 to MLS, 4 for Mexico, with Guadalajara still to play. Puebla plays Chicago, so that could change. But as of now, 6-4, 7-5. I'm going to give it to Chivas. I don't think they would lose to Sporting. 7-5. Colorado still has a chance, but 8-6, 8-8, 10-8. 11-9, 13-9, 14-10, 15-11, 16-12, Goal for América. Goal for América. Goal. 1-0. 1-0. And 17, 18, and 12. $19 and $13. Yep, 19 MLS, 13 Mexico teams. Alvarez puts it home. Kevin Alvarez. Oh my God! Golazo! Oh my God! Schulte! Oh, that looks bad. Kevin Alvarez smashes it home from the far post or into the far post under Schulte's arm. What a shot! Oh my God. True. 1-0, 1-0. Kevin Alvarez for América. The outside back. What a shot. That is a golazo. Oh my word. Schulte. Yeah, that was bad. Under his arm. Kevin Alvarez makes it 1-0. 1-0. Golazo. Golazo. In the 30th, the 29th minute. 0-1. Golazo. Golazo. It was amazing. I mean, yeah, Schulte sort of definitely looked bad on it, but that was still a golazo. That was a banger. The pace beat him, I think. Alvarez is a damn good player. He's good. Like Kevin Alvarez, that kid is good. That kid is the real deal. Like, there's some players on the Mexican national team that I think Jimmy could get rid of and it would be totally fine. But Kevin Alvarez is one of them that, no, he's the real deal. No, he good. Kevin Alvarez deserves to be in América. He deserves to wear the green shirt. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Here's a chance. Another one for Alvarez! Wide. Wide for Alvarez. Yeah, he's just going to rip Columbus to shreds, isn't he? Man of the match might just be Alvarez at this point. Just because Quiñones ain't scoring don't mean América won't. Similar, you put it a bit wide. If he was a little bit, another far post, almost. If that curled a bit in, could have went top bins. I don't know. That seems like a foul to me, but okay. So just like St. Louis, Columbus will be down 1-0 at the half as it stands. Took América a bit longer to get there, but they still got it. Alvarez is for real. Like, at Pachuca, he was good, but nah, he for real. He's for real. Not bad for Liga MX being outnumbered 18-29. Yeah. 24 years old Alvarez. Let's see. That's the player picture. Hold on. Played for Pachuca, yeah. Yep. With Pachuca, he had 130 goals and 5 assists. Or not 130. 130 appearances and 5 goals. 3 appearances, 2 goals for América. And that may just be league appearances. Now he scored against St. Louis. 3 games in a row he scored. Why did I say 130 goals? You know what? Maybe at the end of his career he could hit that. 130 appearances, 3 goals for Alvarez at Pachuca. 3 appearances, 3 goals. 2 goals. I guess they have to update it. So 3 appearances and 3 goals for América for Alvarez. Header, that should be a foul. He's good. He's going to definitely start just getting more goals. He's going to be a goal scorer. 5 goals for Pachuca. Already has 3 in 3 matches for América. Shot right to Schulte. Yeah. 3 goals, 3 appearances. Like, that's amazing. Because, of course, he was at the Gold Cup up until match day 3 of the Liga MX. Only left defense. Herc's back on Football Americas tonight, thank God. I agree with that. Alvarez is going to Europe soon. If they don't put a freaking high price on his head, if they don't do what they normally do, he will. If the Directivos let him go, they won't. Well, who knows? I mean, they have let Santi go. I mean, maybe they will, but I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, I'll watch Football Americas later too. But again, I'll believe Alvarez goes to Europe when I see it, knowing the Directivos. América, they're very tough to get players to Europe. I mean, out of them all. I think América. Henry still isn't in Europe. I don't know if he deserves to be, but the way he plays in the league, he should. The way he plays for El Tri, he doesn't. But let's just say the overall, Henry should be in Europe. He should be playing at least in the Eredivisie. He's still with América. So I think that tells you all you need to know. Yeah, me too. I'm not as mad about Toronto. Like, I shouldn't have given them hope. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but I did anyway. St. Louis, on the other hand, I'm very disappointed in St. Louis. I'm very disappointed in St. Louis. I expected better. Hey, at least they're top of the West still, though, in MLS. That's the problem. In Mexico, sell players like gold to Europe. Way too many high prices. They always sell somebody to make it look like they're trying. But the FMF did say they would send at least 3 young players, or each team has to send 3 young players to Mexico, or to Europe from Mexico every year now. But we're going to see how people follow that. 37th minute. Cucho with a free kick here. Hey, without Zelarayan, pretty good that Columbus is holding their own. But, hey, St. Louis is holding their own in the first half. Then the second half happened. Still the same scoreline. Free kick here. 1-0. Shot! Save by Malagon. Mexico Liga de Expansion exports more than Liga MX, and it's the second division. Yeah, that is pretty wild to think about it. But again, those Directivos aren't in Liga MX. When they could start getting promoted again, they're going to stop doing that. Calling it now. Or when they get promoted, they're going to stop sending over players. They know they're not going to get promoted, at least right now. So, of course, they're going to send those players. It doesn't hurt them, especially if they have a good academy. Now, when they know they could get promoted, Ascenso, they'll stop doing it. And then when they get to Liga MX, they're definitely going to stop selling their players over there or sending them over there. But at least the FMF is trying, right? I mean, it's funny because they're like, oh, we're going to send 3 young players to Europe every year, each team. Do I believe that as far as I could throw you? No. No, I cannot. Because, again, the same people who run the FMF are the same groups that run Liga MX. Liga MX runs the FMF because Grupo Caliente, Grupo Orlegui, Grupo Pachuca, they all run this. They're all warring factions that run Liga MX and the FMF. The president of FMF is a puppet for all these groups. Yeboah shot, cross that is cleared, or it was cross cleared, but still, I don't believe anything they say until it happens. Because they're saying, oh, we're going to send these players out. It's going to be some freaking academy player that they don't think has a chance at their club. So you're really just defeating the purpose of sending somebody out if they do send 3 players out every year. So they may do it, but it's going to be an academy player they don't think has a future at their club, which is defeating the purpose, because if they're not good enough to play for a Tigres or Monterrey or Pumas, and Pumas is known for their cantera, they're not good enough to play in Europe. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's against the point anyway. So that's pretty much the only way you could go to Europe. I guarantee you won't last long in Russia. Not because he sucks, but not because he's not going to stay for longer than a year. He's going to Russia so he could get a move to Europe easier. Hey, he's a smart player, though. He's smart because he's playing for Dinamo. Or was it? It was Zenit or Dinamo, yeah. But he's playing for a big club. He paid his own card to go. He'll be there for a year, then he'll go to somebody worth a damn. It's smart, because if Chelsea went straight to Mexico, they would bend him over a barrel. But hey, you know what? I'm calling it now. Luis Chavez is a Chelsea player next summer. Enzo Fernandez and Luis Chavez 2025-26. Yeah. They would, yes. How many goals did Felipe Mora score when he was with Pumas against Monterrey? That's something I want to know. I need to look into that. 41st minute. Uno Acero. I mean, I cover CONCACAF. I'll call Liga MX out on their bullshit. I'm not afraid. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de Columbus! Goal de Cucho! Uno! Golazos only! Bangers only! My word! Low and hard. What a shot! Columbus. There's something about playing a Mexican team in Columbus. I don't know what it is that makes these teams play so well against a visiting Mexican team. But you know what? It's still there. Morera plays it on to Cucho, and oh my God. Off the hands of Malagón and in. What a shot. Some about Columbus. The Mexican team just played horrible there. 42nd minute. Or they just lose. 1-1. Uno. Yes, that was a Dulcicero reference. Yeah, Cucho's a quality player. It just sucks that he doesn't have Zelarayan behind him. But hey, maybe they'll suffice. Maybe they'll be just fine. You know what? Tim Bezbatchenko knows what he's doing. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll always give Tim the benefit of the doubt for the Zelarayan move. How we doing, Connor? I will give Tim Bezbatchenko the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he knows what he's doing with letting Zelarayan go to Saudi. Because Cucho just had an amazing goal there. They still got some good players. This is for first place. Yes. So, you know what? I have no reason to not give Tim Bezbatchenko the benefit of the doubt. I always will. So, I miss him. I know he's from Columbus, but I miss him in Toronto as the GM. Things went south when he left. They sort of papered over the cracks for a couple of years, but things went south when he left. It's like I called it when Ollie Curtis was hired. It's like I called it. It's like I saw this coming. which for posterity, it's there. But still. Yeah, and the team who wins either outright or on penalties will win the group. If it's tied after 90, we go to penalties. Oh, yeah, I could, yeah. Publix holding off Chicago. I think the next game's on FS1, so if I had to, I could bring that up for a couple of minutes over there and then just start on that, and then, if need be, America's going to score a second, but if need be, I may have to flip before penalties start and just go from there and then do the penalties as Chivas Kansas City starts. But that's on FS1 as well, so if I watch it that way, I might as well keep on watching it that way. Probably looks worse than season pass, but you know what? Whatever. The final match of the group stage. 9 days plus a couple of off days. Got some fun, didn't we? 45th minute. What if TFC played in Liga MX? If it was their 2018 squad, they'd be in the Liga and they'd be in the final. If they were playing now, they'd get killed by everybody, even Necaxa and Querétaro. They would be killed by everybody. Halftime, 1-1. Middle tiempo, 1-1. Halftime, 1-1 between both sides. If TFC's current team was playing in Liga MX, everybody would kill them. Everybody. Even Querétaro and Necaxa. Everybody. Even Mazapan. I couldn't help myself. Mazatlan, the plastic club. If you've seen Liga MX Reddit, they call him Mazapan all the time. I find that hilarious. I know it's a type of food. I know it's a dessert, Mazapan, but still. That's why I find it hilarious. I feel like Saudi offered a huge sum of money. We had a replacement in place, or we wouldn't have sold Lucas. Well, you got 2 days to bring in that replacement. So, get to cooking. But again, I trust Tim Bezbachenko. He probably does have something in place. You're right. Get to cooking. I agree with that. Imagine Juarez FC versus Mazatlan in the final. That would probably be the worst final ever. That would probably be the most evil final ever, because Don Garber and Apple TV would be so angry that it was Mazatlan versus Juarez in the final, but that can't even happen because they came out of the South, so semifinal at best. But yeah, just imagine if it was like ranked by other things instead of the group endings. Yeah, if they were in the final against each other, Apple TV would be pitching a hissy fit. And Don Garber would be like, oh, no. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Columbus Crew's fighting. They're keeping their head above water, I got to say. Sit tight. We'll be back for the second half. 1-1. We are back for the stats at the half. 45% possession to 55% possession. 5 shots to 8. 194 accurate passes, 83% to 252, 87%. 5 fouls to 6. 1 offside to 1. No corners to no corners. 5 shots to 8. 2 shots on goal to 6. 234 passes to 290. 83% pass accuracy to 87. 5 throws to 6. 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 1-1. Halftime miedo tiempo. América is the better team. América is the better team throughout this match so far. I believe that América is the better side, the tougher team, the wholly better side as of right now, I think, as it is. I think when it comes down to it, América is playing the better game. They look like the better side. Columbus is keeping their head above water. Columbus is fighting well. They're doing better than St. Louis did at the half, which is sort of sad. But América is having a very good match. A very good match. They look I wouldn't say they look just as dominant as they did on Thursday, but they look like they could easily break out and be that dominant. So as things stand for this game, I believe that América should win. In the end, América should win. They're the better side throughout this match here. So how we doing, Ozan. But again, very interested in seeing how this game finishes. If it's tied up at 90, we go to penalties. I didn't need to see the highlights of this game again. From a Chelsea perspective, buy 1, bench 1, sell 1. Buy 1, Moises Caicedo. Bench 1, Sofiane Amrabat. Sell Romeo Lavia. That's my thoughts. Buy Caicedo, bench Amrabat, sell Lavia. In my opinion. Boom. That's my opinion. Second half's about to start very soon. As of now, we have Columbus, América 1-1, Puebla, Chicago 0-0. 9:30 is when, or 8:30 is when Toluca Rapid starts, so not that far away. And Chivas versus Sporting Kansas City will be the last match of the group stage to finish and to start at 9 o'clock Central. That game is to decide who goes through. Whoever wins will join Cincinnati through that group. Juarez FC and Mazatlan have more history than Inter Miami. This is true. This is true. This is true. I feel it was Nestor Araujo's fault of the goal. Yeah. Which I'm not surprised. Honestly, I mean, I'm not surprised it was his fault. There's always a moment when he has a howler. There's always a moment. Like, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's always something. But another 45 here. Nestor Araujo fell off since he got back from Europe. Yeah, I would agree with that. I agree with that. What's your prediction? 2-1? Yeah, I would say America wins 3-1. I say 3-1. Columbus is fighting hard, but they're going to slip at some point. Is Quinones? He's starting. That would be a good idea. If America sells Araujo and gets Montes. How's the game been so far? Who's been the better team? I'd say America's been the better team. Columbus has fought hard. They've kept themselves in the game, but again, I think America's better. Why doesn't Zelarayan play for Argentina? Because he's not good enough. He's a good player, but he's not good enough to play for Argentina. He's good enough to play for Armenia because, honestly, he's probably the only Armenian player I've ever heard of. So that just tells you. But yeah, Medica's been better. I wouldn't say slightly, but pretty much. Mkhitaryan, yes, true. My bad, Mkhitaryan, but currently. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like this. Current Armenian player. But again, Mkhitaryan doesn't play for the Armenian national team anymore, I think. I think he retired from the national team, but I may be wrong. It's crazy, but you know what? Maybe the crew have a plan to have a replacement quick. Tim Bezbachenko probably has an idea, to be honest, but Zelarayan going to Saudi doesn't sound cool, to be honest, and I'm surprised. But you know what? Maybe Bezbachenko has an idea of who he wants as replacement and can get it done pretty quickly. If anybody does, it's Tim Bezbachenko. Can't believe Qatar is in the boys U15 championship CONCACAF tournament that starts in Dominican Republic on August 6th. Really? Really? They even invited Qatar to the youth tournaments. Yeah, I would have told you this, but now they've done that, yeah, they're probably going to invite Qatar to the 2025 Gold Cup too. One of the two Asian teams is going to be Qatar. I would put my money on it. I say Qatar, Japan, to be honest. I think that's going to be the two teams that make it from Asia or get invited from Asia. I think Qatar and Japan. I would put my money on it. Second half to start. TFC season over finally. I mean, all but mathematically, yes. Like, mathematically, it isn't. But is it all but over? Yes, it doesn't matter at this point. And Columbus kicks off. We're off for the second half. What do you think about the kits? I still like the home kit better, but this away kit's also pretty nice. América has two great kits this year. They have two great kits this year. They're both amazing. I did like the Sega numbered kits last year because the numbering kind of looked like Sega, but these kits are better overall. But I did like the numbering that looked like Sega numbering last year or last season. That was just me. Is Insigne going to come back? I don't know. He's hurt, but they could sell him before he's supposed to come back. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they do. The European window goes longer than our window. They could still sell him to Europe or Saudi. Columbus playing forward. Cucho doesn't get the ball. That gets cleared. They won't get a replacement, but they could sell him, just like Bernadeschi. They still could. I don't know why you would do it now. I guess Malula at least will replace one of them, but one of them's going to go. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, you could play Malula as a striker, but I don't know if that's the plan. 46th minute. Which playing forward. Cross in. "47th minute. If it's tied after 90, we go straight to penalties. The winner of the shootout wins the group. Or the winner of the game. I agree. Agree on what, per se? "48th minute. Oh. Thoughts on Mazatlan and Juarez qualifying, Austin eliminated. We should never let Austin play international tournament ever again. They're that bad. They've got Juarez is good this year, so I'm not going to say too much about that, but Austin lost to Mazatlan and Violette. Juarez is actually good this year, but they'll be a one-year wonder if they are good. Agree on the Caicedo, Lavia, and Amrabat preferences. Oh, okay. I would love to see Amrabat in Toronto, to be honest. If they open up the cap, I'd love to see Amrabat in Toronto. Amrabat, I like Coelho. Well, that basically just says Oso isn't supposed to. I don't know. Servania, Coelho, Oso, or Coelho, Amrabat, Oso, Servania on the bench. mean, Latif's in there too. I guess Austin FC doesn't have any number when they have injuries. Fair. I mean, I have no idea for the U15s. I'm not Mel Kiper. I don't go that deep. I'm not Rivals.com, okay? So, when it comes to the U15s, I mean, Canada's got some good U15 talent in League One Ontario academies, but in the academies, they should do okay. I don't know how really good they'll do, but I'm not so informed on the Mexican academies or the U.S. academies or the Caribbean or Central American academies to say how much better Canada is. If there's anything I know, it's the Canadian academies, but even then, U15 is a bit of a stretch. I'm not Rivals.com. TFC even lost the Trillium Cup. Yeah, we've lost everything this year. Wait, we haven't even played them twice, but we haven't even played them twice this year. Have we even played Columbus twice this year? I could have sworn we haven't. I thought we've only played them once. And it was a 1-1 draw. Dummy, yeah. We've only played them once, and it was a draw, I think. I may be wrong. We did play them early in the season. I think we played them week 3 and got a draw, which is 1-1, but they had an away goal. Yep, we drew. Let's see, BKL. What will salvage the TFC season for you realistically? Somehow they win 10 in a row and win MLS Cup? Nothing else will salvage it. We lost the Voyagers Cup. We lost the Leagues Cup. We're probably losing the Trillium Cup. If you want something realistic, kick Montreal's ass in the 20th. If they win that game and lose everything else, I'm happy. Just beat Montreal. Just beat Montreal. Beat the ever-loving shit out of them at the CNE, please. That's the only thing that could save – well, I mean, it wouldn't even save the season, but realistically, just beat the shit out of Montreal. That's pretty much it. You can lose everything else as long as you beat Montreal's ass at home. Give us at least that, please. You lose the other 9 games, just beat the shit out of Montreal. That's realistically for me. I don't have any other high hopes. I know they won't, I'm just saying. And I think we still got to play Columbus again, so preferably if we could somehow still win the Trillium Cup, that would be nice, but trying to figure this out. No, Austin. No, we only played them once this year, since Columbus. We got to play them on the road still. We haven't lost it yet. If we could win the Trillium Cup and beat the shit out of Montreal, that would be, yeah, that would be a good way to salvage the season. If there's any salvaging they could do. Past the post, which they won't, I'm just saying. Yeah, we didn't play them twice. We've only played them once. It was a 1-1 draw. So we could still win the Trillium Cup, actually. So, yeah, I guess the thing that would salvage the season, if there's anything they could salvage it, is Bill Manning gets freaking tarred and fettered by the Toronto FC fans. They win. They beat Montreal, and they win the Trillium Cup, realistically. And then at the final game of the season, they let Bill Manning get tarred and feathered by the Toronto fans. We're playing Orlando at home on decision day. Yeah, that actually sounds awesome. Yeah, they should just let the fans tar and feather him. Whether he gets fired or not. Shame. Shame. Or they could ring the bell of shame like in Game of Thrones. That's a little bit nicer, right? 54th minute. Well, tar and feather is just a bitch to get off, right? But like, that doesn't hurt anybody. It's just a bitch to get off, right? Yeah, I think so. Drawing and quartering somebody is the, yeah. old-timey. That's violent. It's 54th minute. Tar and Feather and the Bell of Shame from Game of Thrones. That's a good idea. We're at home in Houston on decision day versus Houston. Yeah, that's a good game to get. We're gonna lose to Orlando. Honestly, winning at home on decision day would be nice too, or at least even drawing, but I don't even know why I'm saying that would salvage the season. It's not happening. 54th minute. Playing for 1-1, 55th minute. Playing forward. What would happen if TFC landed in the wooden spoon? I would like to be sent it so I can make my Thanksgiving dinner with it. That'd be I will make my Thanksgiving dinner with it. At least let's get some use out of it. Let's get some use out of it. Hopefully I'm able to watch Houston versus Pachuca, which I have Houston winning. Yeah, Houston should win, I think. Portland versus Monterrey without Evander. Easy win for Monterrey. Thoughts? Monterrey's the favorite, but I think Portland can hold their own. Shot saved by Schulte. Portland can hold their own. I like Portland's chances. They'll probably, they're not the favorite, but they can hold their own. They're playing at home. They still got a good side without Evander. They still went toe-to-toe with Tigres without him. And they were down a man. They'll still have 11 men. Frank Boley, Felipe Mora, they'll figure something out. I trust Gio. I trust Savarese. I say Portland has a chance. Sucks for Seattle because they're only missing one trophy, the Leagues Cup. They won all the other tournaments. Hey, you know what? If Toronto can't make it, at least I'm glad Seattle didn't. At least they won't beat us to the punch on something. At least for another year. They could have had the Leagues Cup had they beaten Leon in 2021. Let's remember. Saved by Schulte. He palms it out and picks it up 57th minute. Will I be alive for Inter Miami versus Orlando? Yes. There's no way I'm not doing that game. Like, I'm not going to choose the other 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock game. That'd be stupid. I'll be live for Miami versus Orlando, and on Tuesday it seems like there'll be enough time. I'll still do both LAFC Juarez and Miami versus Orlando, but I think there'll be enough time that I could review both as well, which would be smart. So 2 lives, 2 reviews on Wednesday. With, I think, because LA's at home, so yeah. Honestly, Seattle fans want Brian Schmetzer out. Florida derby between Orlando and Miami, a rivalry, yes, but it'll certainly become a rivalry after what Messi does on Wednesday. Seattle fans want Brian Schmetzer out. I mean, he is sort of becoming I don't know what's the word, stale. It always becomes stale. It's hard to stay around as long as a guy like Sir Alex did. It's always hard. Even Siggy Schmid got stale at Seattle. And he was there for, I think Juarez stands a good chance of eliminating LAFC. I'm not saying it won't happen, but they got a chance, just like Monterrey has a chance of losing to Portland. They got a chance. LAFC still should win. They're the favorite, but they could lose. 59th minute. LAFC will beat Juarez. Says BKL. I mean, I would predict LAFC to win, but LAFC ain't convincing to me. This is the best Juarez team in history. Well, I mean, hey, they did lose to Leon at home. 5th minute. I hope LAFC doesn't do the same thing against Leon at home as LAFC as long as they can finish their chances. I mean, you would think, but you think they would learn their lesson, but the Pat McAfee of football, yeah, that's more like it for me. That's more like it for me. I think the Pat McAfee of CONCACAF is more like it for me. That's more like it. The Juarez team did beat América in the Azteca this season. This is true. That'd be awesome. Here's a chance for América. Cross, shot, goal! Goal! Leo Suarez, he's offside. I know of JP Delacamera's work. I don't know him personally. I know of his work. I like his work. I do not know him personally. I mean, no, Leo was onside when he played the... That's not offside! I guess when the ball was played? Nah, I don't think that was offside. I think Leo Suarez got ruled there. He was on when the ball was played, unless they're going to check it. I think he was on. Yeah, 4 decades, yeah. But I like JP's work. I do. LAFC did rest. They haven't played a game yet. I mean, maybe when the ball was played, the guy who played the ball was offside, but I don't think it was offside. Suarez was on when he got the ball passed to him. When the ball left the foot, he was onside. So if it's going by who scored it, that's on. If I guess Quiñones was off as the ball was played or when he played the ball, then El Tronco's coming on. I don't know. To me, I think it was onside. They're going to check it. Yes. I think they're looking at the whole play. I still think it was onside. That should be a goal. Yeah, I agree. Like the offside on that first frame was tight. There was no offside on the Suarez part of the goal. I think it's onside. Quiñones might have been offside when he got there. He was offside when he got there. Do you have any desire to be a ref or a VAR operator? No. Besides, they wouldn't like me because I actually know the rules. The pro refs don't know the rules. Besides, I've done enough of shitting on them on this channel that they probably wouldn't want me anyway. If I was a referee, I'd be like the Martin Luther of referees. América might have got CONCACAF. No, I think Quiñones was slightly off when he got the ball played to him. So I see where the offside came from, but it wasn't from the Suarez part. It was from Quiñones getting the ball the first time. But for me personally, like if I was part of pro refs, I'd be the Martin Luther of pro refs, because I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. There would be a it wasn't reconstruction, it was a reformation. Yes. You think América could do something in the Club World Cup like Tigres did if they make it? Yeah. Henry Martin coming on for Miguel Layun. Yes, in the 64th minute. It's the right call. You got to look at the whole play. I agree. It was the right call. If you look at the start of the play, I agree. I was talking about the Protestant Martin Luther, not Dr. King. But then again, pro referees would probably want me dead too. So better not get taken down to Dallas like JFK did. And definitely don't go near the grassy knoll. Chicago scored. Yeah, that's where I was going, yeah. Protestant Martin Luther, yeah. That's where I was going. You know I'm a history buff. History is definite. I am a history buff, so. Of course. 66th minute, América looking for a winning goal. Quiñones, Suarez, Quiñones misses, and oh wait, they have a chance. Shot save. Chicago offside. Did you have any descendants on the Mayflower? I have no idea. My uncle never told me about that. He says my nana was wrong. Farsi. Oh, could that be? Penalty! Penalty para Columbus! I didn't say I knew more than you. I'm just a history buff. I didn't ask to be compared. Toluca game just got delayed due to weather. I want to cry. But my uncle definitely said my nana was wrong about the fact that I have Native American blood, but I don't believe him. But I believe my nana. I'm standing with my nana on that one. She said we had Cherokee blood. I believe my nana. No head up and out. I love that I get to say it. My nana said we had Cherokee blood. I believe her. At home. Because my uncle did like an Ancestry DNA thing. Or Ancestry.com thing. I don't think it was... At that point, it wasn't the DNA thing. It was just the Ancestry.com thing. So he probably... Yeah, so it's not like he had the numbers. When he visited us once, he's like, Nana's wrong about the a native thing. I'm like... And she's like, no. I'm like, yeah, I believe her. Oh, they do. That's crazy. Did you know Croatians were in Canada before the English? I did not know that. That's interesting. But it wasn't like my nana was pulling something out of her ass about the Cherokee thing. I mean, she was closer to those relatives in age. Closer in age to those relatives. She knew. So Ancestry must have got it wrong. So. Cucho for the penalty. Columbus might win this game if América aren't careful. Can Malagón make the save? Point being, she had the receipts over whatever Ancestry was saying on what my uncle was looking at. So I have a reason to believe my nana over Ancestry. Shot. Goal. Cucho scores the penalty. Goal. Goal. Goal de Columbus. Cucho. 2-1. No, they were horrible. No. The Canadian women's soccer team should not have beaten Australia. Canada was horrible this morning. Cucho Hernandez scores the penalty. And that is the 70th minute. 70th minute. 2-1, 2-1. No. Cucho's going to come off, it looks like. Or not. He's just celebrating. Jackie Kartia and Champlain use Croatian navigators from Split, Croatia. That's interesting. Definitely have to look into that. Zawadzki coming off. Farsi coming off for Julian Gressel, who just came over from the Whitecaps. Farsi for Gressel. Columbus might have a chance here to make it 3 past the post. Well, at least America's going through. The second goal came because Malagon fouled Farsi in the box, and they gave the penalty. It wasn't them being crap. That was just Malagon. It was kind of a soft penalty too. I mean, yeah, it's a foul, but I don't think it should be given. But they gave it, so I think there would be being a bit soft there. But oh, this makes our win versus Columbus look even better. True. I mean, Columbus is holding their own. I mean, they're winning, but they're also holding their own. '72nd minute. Brian Angulo scores for Puebla, 1-0. Is that the one who used to play for Cruz Azul? Oh, look, it's Jonathan Dos Santos coming on for América. Woo. Okay. Valencia for Zawadzki. And also Gressel came on for Farsi. Yep. There was their 2 subs. Puebla, 1-1. It's 1-0 Puebla. Have them in Minnesota going through. I think I did too. Jonathan Dos Santos. Hey, that's good for me. 73rd minute for Puebla going through, I should say. Leo Suarez for Jonathan Dos Santos. Free kick played on. Crazy how the Dos Santos is starting in Barca, and they didn't do absolutely, neither of them did anything with their career. They both were failures, pretty much. I mean, they both could have done better, but they definitely, because left to their own devices, they both didn't hit their potential, I should say. I mean, failure is a harsh word, but they didn't hit their potential. I'd say failure is a harsh word, but América needs to get rid of Dos Santos. They won't. 75th minute. Puebla need to score 3 more. That goal difference, I forgot. Who had the better career, though? Jonathan. Jonathan, to be honest. I'd say Jonathan just barely. Jonathan Dos Santos was always the better one in my book than Gio, to be honest. Jonathan had a really good career with the Galaxy. I think he was a very solid player for the Galaxy, and I really think that puts him over the top. That run with the Galaxy that he had, I think that's really what did it. I'd say Gio had more potential. Jonah had a better career. Maybe as an L3 player, Gio was better, but definitely as an L3 player, I'll give you that. Polo has -3 goal differential. If they score 3 more, they stay in second place. Jonah Dos Santos is pretty good at Villarreal. Oh, yeah, he did play there. Well, I mean, I guess you could add that, too, to the Galaxy stretch. I think as a club player, Jonathan was better. As an L3 player, Gio really had passion for L3. If he could play like that with his club, he would have had a better career. He never did play like that with a club. Like, Gio Dos Santos was a more, well, that's not the right word. A less, like he was like Vela, but even less motivated. Like Gio Dos Santos was like Vela, but even less motivated. That's what he was. He was only motivated for L3. Like, he was proud to play for his country. He was motivated to play for his country. If he played like that for his club teams, things would have been way different. That's just my opinion. Like, Puebla red card. Yep, they're finished. They're finished. 77th minute. They're not scoring 3 more. Oh, yeah, because Chicago won that shootout. Chicago got the equalizer. Or did Chicago win outright? Oh, yeah, they won outright. Yep. Header missed. 78th minute. 1-1 Chicago. Shaqiri scored for the Fire. True. Or at least one played there after the other. If not at the same time for a couple of months. But true. Shaqiri scored for the Fire. Matan for Molino in the 79th. 2-1 Columbus, 2-1. Let me make sure that's up, by the way. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once you subscribe. You know how to do this. Super chats are on as well. Live old. Playing for Sporting. Header. That's questionable too. Gio also played in Mallorca. Pretty nervous for the Chivas game, man. Yeah, you have to win, either on penalties or outright. It may be a bit tough. 80th minute. 2 subs for América. Rodriguez and Lara. Emilio Lara. Zendejas off for Rodriguez. And Emilio Lara for Kevin Alvarez. Why isn't Zelarayan playing? He's going to Saudi. He's going to the Saudi Pro League. They said goodbye to him tonight. He was transferred. He will be transferred, but the fans were able to say goodbye to him tonight, which was nice. Because he was out on the pitch before the game. That was nice. I would hate not to be. The fact that he got shipped off to Saudi Pro League, yes. Columbus scores a third. Morris plays it back. I'm a little bit behind. Plays over the top. As always. Cross in. Shot. Oh. Oh. Goal. Christian Ramirez. Goal. Goal. Goal de Columbus. Christian Ramirez. 3-1. It found his way to him and he popped it in. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he scored that goal. I'm happy for him. Is Miami's game on Apple only? Yeah, I think they put it on Fox, but in TUDNA, I would think they would. They would be stupid not to. Christian Ramirez scores in the 82nd. 3-1. Let me see. '82nd minute, yes. So, as it is, Central 1. The runner-up is Central 1, plays the winner of Central 2. As of now, that would be Chicago versus América. Chicago versus América would be who América plays in the round of 32 as of now. Columbus would play Minnesota United. Because Chicago has 4 points. Minnesota has 3. Yep. So, América versus Chicago. Columbus versus Minnesota. As of now. 83rd minute. Yes, Chicago is top of the group as of now. Minnesota is second. So, Chicago versus América, Minnesota versus Columbus as of now. Yeah, América's going to rip the hell out of Chicago. Yeah, they're in trouble. 84th minute. I was expecting Club América to at least win by 2. Me too, but you know what? I guess Columbus is better than St. Louis. This seems like an emotional win for Columbus for their old pal Zelarayan. They won one for Zelarayan. Even though he's just going to Saudi. He's not dead, but I guess you want to send him off on a good note, right? No. Soft penalty, but I guess you could call a penalty there if you want to. Ramirez is coming off for Jason Russell Rowe. Ooh. A lot of money. If you're going to Saudi, it's a lot of money. Exactly. 85th minute. I wish Apple TV had dual screens. Playing with Ronaldo? No, he's going to Al Fateh. He's not going to Al Nasir. He'll play against him. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Saudi Pro League keeps doing this. They're going to be better than MLS. '86th minute. Cucho carry the crew. Well, he's going to have to. As I said, the talent is more concentrated. Just because you get all these great players doesn't mean that the league is good. The big players might be good, but the lower tier players are not. So you'll see a big old canyon on talent. So MLS is more even on talent. Everybody, nobody's out of each other's league. The worst players can play against the best players and still have a good game. 87th minute. So Mane to Al Nasir has been confirmed. Of course. 87th minute. Well, he ain't going to freaking Al Hilal or Al Nasir or Al Ittihad. He's going to some random team. That's probably why he's going. The only good team in Saudi is Al Hilal, and the other team is top of the table in the Saudi, Al Ittihad, Al Nasir. So, I mean, there's multiple good teams in Saudi. Free kick here for América. Could they send it to penalties? If this goes to penalties after 90, I gotta turn this to the next stream and just do the penalties throughout the next stream. So it is what it is. Headed away. It's even tight before, but still. By the time the next stream starts, it might be right at kickoff. I got to tell you that. 88th minute. Just saying. Is Mbappe going to Saudi? No. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, wait. No, it's 3-1. Yeah, there's no way this goes to penalties. Put past the post. 88th minute. See how much stoppage time they give. It won't collapse because there won't be a pandemic that comes through Saudi Arabia no. And they got more money anyway. The only reason China collapsed was because the government pulled the money for the Chinese Super League or was going to pull the money, but then COVID accelerated that. So, and even if it didn't get rid of the money, I'm sure that most of the players are probably left because they don't want to live under a zero COVID policy for 3 years. So even then, it was going to collapse anyway, even if they didn't pull the money. 89th minute. Real Madrid for Mbappe. That's the best choice. 1 minute plus stoppage time. Real Madrid number 9 is waiting. Into the 90th minute. Cross in. Header. Shot. That should be cleared by Columbus. The fall of the league will happen. I don't know about that. Mbappe for Pumas. That's better than Saudi, to be honest. Kane to Bayern. I think he should, but he won't. I don't think he'll get it because Levy's going to be a tough nut to crack. And they're leaking everything. 7 minutes? Yeah, that's not happening. You know what? That's going to be tight. I ought to take a short break. Columbus is winning 3-1. I have to break this in half. 7 minutes. It's going to be hard to start the next stream on time if I go out the whole way. So you know what? Columbus is winning 3-1. 7 minutes of stoppage time. I have a feeling that it'll probably stay that way. I don't see América scoring 2, but I'll leave it up, and I'll talk about it if it does. So with that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put some plays. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you in a couple of minutes to start this Kansas City Chivas live stream because that starts at 9:08. So I got to get that started. So sit tight. I'll be back very soon. Still 3-1, 3-1. Sit tight. I'll be back. Move over.